So everything we talked about so far has been exponential growth. Okay? Getting money from the bank, populations growing, all that stuff has been growth, growth, growth. Now we're going to talk about exponential decay. Look at the formula. What's the only difference? The minus sign. Easy to remember, right?
Yeah.
The only difference is we're subtracting the rate this time. Okay? So let's take a look at example 4. It says the population of a town is decreasing. Now, I'm not going to tell you on the test, use the exponential decay formula this time. But what's our obviously like clue here? Yeah, the word decreasing is how you would know to use 1 minus the rate. Okay, so in 2000 there were 1,700 people. Write an exponential decay function to model the situation and find the population in 2020. So the final amount, A, equals, how many people are there currently? 1,700 times 1 minus
3.03.
the rate as a decimal. So 3.0 turns into 0.03. And how much time will be passing?
2 years.
No?
12.
2000 to 2012 is 12 years. Okay? Throw this into your calculator, and there's your answer, the final amount.
117.
No.
I want to see every single person typing it in.
It's
You need to practice your calculator. If you don't know how to use it, then it's not going to be any benefit to you at the ESC.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you guys get? Now you can't chop a person in half, so I'm going to call this 1,180 people.
What if someone like lost limbs?
Okay, go to number 5. Now you guys listen up. I'm going to change this, so listen to what I'm going to change. I want you to cross out the rate. Pretend like we don't know that. We do. But pretend like we don't.
I think it is.
And instead, I'm going to tell you after 5 years, a handheld organizer. This is an old problem. You guys still have your Palm Pilots?
What's a handle?
What's a Palm Pilot?
So after 5 years, it's going to cost $65.32.
That's the after?
Yeah, why is it less?
Because it's
Decay, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, electronics, cars, anything like that is going to lose value over time.
Right.
So instead of telling you the rate, I'm telling you the beginning amount and the final amount. We need to I want you to find the rate. Now we know the answer, so we know what we should get.
Yes.
But pretend like you don't know that it's 6%. Okay? So I'm going to show you how we would do this. So what is, in our formula, A equals P, 1 minus R to the T. What is A?
65.
89.
Yes.
The left side is your final amount, which is, it's gone down, so it's a smaller number, right? So $65.32 is equal to, now the principal, Ralph, amount, totally unnecessary, is how much?
Oh, the original?
$89. 1 minus,
X.
yeah, and I'll put an R. I like to use R for rate. And how much time? 5 years. Now this is basically just a review of the test we just took.
Yes, it is.
So we need to find R, the rate. So if I'm trying to get into those parentheses, what do I need to get out of the way first?
89.
Yeah, that's 89 times the parentheses. So I'm going to divide both sides by 89.
What should we round to?
Someone tell me what it is.
0.7339.
Let's go to like 4 decimal places so we can be accurate. So 65.32 divided by 89. I get 0.7339 equals 1 minus the rate to the 5th power.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? Now, how can I get rid of those parentheses? How do I undo a 5th power? Yeah, we 5th root both sides. So the fifth and the fifth root cancel out, which leaves me with 1 minus r equals. Now, once again, let's do the fifth root of 0.7339 to the nearest 4 decimal places.
0.9399.
So 0.9399, so let's call that 0.940.
Oh, isn't it a number?
And then what's the next thing I would do to get r by itself?
Add 1. Subtract 1.
This is now I do hear people subtract 1 a lot, but remember that's a positive 1, right?
Yeah.
So I would subtract 1.
So it'd be point.
Wait.
So negative equals, what is it, 0.06? Yeah. But it's still a negative r, so how do I get the r by itself? And obviously we don't have a negative rate.
You just divide by -1.
Wait,
Yes.
where through?
Divide both sides by -1. That means the rate is 0.06
Nice.
Times 100. Divided by 100.
times 100, or if I wanted to turn that back into a percent, I would move the decimal place 2 spots back to the right, which is 6%. So the interest rate was, in fact, 6%. Okay, so here, now we are back to growth. So that's the only exponential decay that we're going to learn about. So now we're back to growth, and how do I know this is a growth?
It's a positive.
Yeah, it's a plus sign, right?
Yes.
All of these are plus signs. Now, everything we've done so far has been every year. How much do I get after the end of the year? After 5 years, how much is it worth, right? Everything we've done in years. Now, we're going to do it other than 1 year. So if interest is compounded more than once a year, it can be compounded numerous different ways. Depends what bank you go to, depends what the situation is. They can actually compound the interest more often. And the formulas are the exact same. You see how we still have a equals p, 1 plus r to the t? But we have one extra number in there. And that number is the number of times yearly. So we divide by 4 and we multiply the exponent by 4. So how many times a year is 4? What word do we use? Does it say it? Oh, it says right there. Quarterly, right? So if every quarter, if they say that the interest is going to be compounded every quarter, that means 4 times a year. So we'll put 4 into the formula. Okay? What if it says monthly? How many months are in a year? 12. So we put a 12. Weekly?
52.
52. What about, what if they ask me daily? 365. So they can ask you anything. You just plug that number in, right? So number 7, they want us to do 4 different scenarios. So starting off, it says an account that has 6.35, and real quick, let's just convert that to a decimal right now.
Yeah.
What is 6.35% as a total decimal? 0.0635. That's the number we're going to be using. The biggest mistake I see on the test, this is not hard stuff, but people just forget easy things like that, converting the percent to a decimal. It tells us the principal. How much money will you have compounded yearly for 5 months? So, let's plug it in. So so I'm going to do, write kind of small because we have like 4 different scenarios here. So I'm going to write, yeah, but it's yearly, right? So how many times a year is yearly? Once a year. So A equals the principal, it's 2,641, times 1 plus 0.0635 to the 5th power. Why didn't I write divided by 1 and 1 times t?
It's only 1 year. Just
Yeah.
1 year.
It's the formula we used like 10 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Because if I divide by 1 and multiply 5 by 1, does that affect anything? No. So it's the exact same formula. It's just divided by 1 and times 1. So throw that in your calculator, and that's how much after 5 years we would have. I want to see every single person typing things in.
Oh, I didn't.
You need to practice this.
God.
What did you say?
What?
9.
I get $3,624.88. No kidding, I lied. I didn't do this one. Don't listen to me. What did you guys get?
3592.99.
Yeah.
That's right. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, how many times was the interest compounded?
Yes.
Once.
Once a year for 5 years. Now,
Couldn't you divide that by quarter?
now we're going to do monthly. No, that would be how much you made every month, not at the end of the 5 years. We still want at the end of the 5 years. Okay, so now, monthly, our formula is going to change. So now it's A equals, write this down, what's the principal?
The same thing.
2641, that hasn't changed. And then 1 plus, now, look up here, which one's monthly? What number am I plugging in? 12. So the rate is 0.0635 divided by 12, all to the 12 times time is how many years? 5. Still 5 years. That hasn't changed. Now this looks a little bit harder, but please do this with me because I'm going to show you a really easy way to type this in your calculator. Okay, follow along with me every single step. Here we go.
All right.
Hit 2, 6, 4, 1. You with me?
6, 4, 1.
Parentheses. 1 plus.
1 plus.
Now, hit alpha y equals enter.
Alpha y equals alpha.
Alpha y equals enter.
I get the same thing as you.
And hit 0.0635. And now see the arrow flashing?
Yeah.
If you want to go to the bottom of the fraction, you have to hit the down arrow or the over arrow and divide by 12. Hit the over arrow again to close your big parenthesis.
Yes.
We good so far? Hit the caret button,
Nice.
and then hit 12 times 5.
Did you do the same thing as me?
Enter.
I did it a different
Now don't delete anything out of your calculator. Your calculator should look identical to mine. Okay, now write this answer down under monthly. So after 5 years, we've compounded monthly. We have $3,627.21. $24. I'm reading the wrong one again. $24.88. Is that what you got?
Yes.
Yeah.
So far, which one's better? Yearly or monthly?
Monthly.
Yeah, we got a few extra bucks in there, right?
Only a few.
Actually, that's a pretty big difference.
That's like 30. No, wait.
Okay, now I'm going to show you a shortcut.
427,000.
What is the next one we're going to do?
Second
Weekly.
What's the next one we're going to do?
You're gonna literally
Look at the answer or question. Weekly. How many weeks in a year?
52.
So go back to your calculator. Don't do anything yet.
thing.
If you hit second enter,
Oh, I already got
it gives you it back.
Yep.
And now you can just arrow back and change all the 12s to 52s. Saves you a lot of time. Second enter is how you get back your previous statement. And then arrow back to the left, change all your 12s to 52s, and that answer is weekly. So we got about an extra $3, right? Let me write that down. So weekly is $3,627.21. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
So what's the best so far?
Weekly.
Weekly. Okay, go back to your calculator and change them all to daily. What am I going to be plugging in this time?
365.
Second enter. Second enter. Go back and change your $52 to $365. $365, and then you're going to have to retype in times 5 because it goes over what was already there.